I love it. That's one of my favourite words. Morning, people. It is Wednesday, the 23rd of August. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favourite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. We have a full house today, so let's introduce ourselves.
It's your boy Big Moss from the east side of the bridge. Morning, people.
It's your favourite shade queen, my own royalty.
Big Man Youth, good morning.
It's your girl Justine,
Oh,
the
you look
blood
cute.
clot fitness queen.
Period.
Representing the black queens.
Period.
What queen?
How you mean? It was meant to be black, not
Oh.
because words. Why don't you just let me land?
Did you let her land the point? No?
Gosh.
We got the
What,
black
Brent?
queen's
No
got it.
horns today? No, I don't want it now. No, too late. Too late. I don't want it.
You got Eman
When
singing
do
to
I
his eardrums.
No, I'm saying it for a reason. I'm bigging up myself today for a reason.
I know, but I was being
So
fair.
it's fine.
He's even giving you money.
Nah, that's follow me.
Not a singular coin.
He's just looking at me like, yeah.
Is that good?
Is that good? Get out of here, man.
And they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer, news analyst, melanin jam-packed.
That is right. How's everyone doing? First, do you know what? Whatever. Don't be fine, whatever. First of all, I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you.
Thanks, man.
You were stepping in the name of
Love.
fitness. Great fitness. That's amazing. How was it for you?
No, it was good. It was good. It was. Do you know what? It's hard though, man. It was so tiring.
No, it looked.
Oh
I'll
my
be honest.
gosh! I just thought, I have to keep. You know when you have to keep the energy
Yeah,
high.
yeah,
I
yeah.
couldn't breathe.
For 1,000 people,
It was
you have to act like you're breathing fine.
No, you know I fell off the stepper.
That's all right, though. I'm sure everyone else did.
No, it was so funny. No, I fell onto the floor, but it was so funny, yeah.
What's that?
Because no one clocked. Because you see my reflex.
Oh, they
game.
just thought you were just
They
doing the
thought it was part of
moves.
the routine. I fell and I sat I'm sat. I literally just sat so gracefully, and people didn't.
They didn't clock.
No,
I love
but
that
my
for
ankle
you.
was done. I will never lie.
I love that for you.
Yeah, but no, it was a really good experience.
That's really good, man. I love that. It looks really good. Everyone that went had positive comments to make. I'm upset I missed it.
Yusuf was there stepping. Well impressed.
I love that.
Yeah,
Doing the routines,
I'm my thing still.
doing his 1-2 step, giving you got served. Loved it.
I love that, man. I'm proud of you. Well done.
Thank you.
Congratulations. How the rest of your guys doing? You guys not saying much.
Did you manage to go to
Same with you.
No.
Were you gonna go after stepping?
Do you know what? Yeah, but then
To be fair, he was so late. You would have made it.
I would have.
You would have made it.
No, literally.
You might have gone in there before you did.
To be fair, I would have.
Yeah.
But, you know, after a while, I just thought, let me just focus on what I'm actually here to do. I can't bother to stress about something else. And
I hear you.
to God be the glory, it wasn't great. So, I just thought,
Yeah. Should one speak? Yeah.
What about you? How about you?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Glorious.
This is glorious.
Glorious.
All right, lovely. Question of the day. How do you like to be cared for when you're ill? It's a lovely question.
waited on hand and thought.
Yeah, food. Just
Yeah.
make all my food for me.
Yeah. I like the attention of it. Like, I like that you care to know how I'm feeling, like check-ins and stuff like that. It's really sweet.
Just a quick shout out to somebody in the community, Lorianne, I think.
Okay.
She submitted a whole set of questions to best.
Oh, lovely.
So that's one of the questions.
Yeah, after the poor choices Bad made
Terrible,
yesterday.
right?
It was totally disgusting.
Yeah, so shout out Lorianne.
So big up, Lorianne. We appreciate you, girl. That's lovely. Yeah, I would say that's mine. You man, Brent Marks.
Same, man.
I was thinking, yeah.
In silence.
In silence.
Mm?
Excuse me? Explain that. What do you mean in silence?
When you're ill, you want to be left alone in silence.
I don't want no one talking to me and shit, and I'm not well, man. Do the stuff that I need, but like, just leave me alone, innit? You know what I'm saying?
So do it, but be quiet about it.
Yeah.
I hear you. Fair enough. Fair. Sometimes, you know, yeah, I guess, yeah.
Yeah,
when
you
you're ill, you
How's
can't
my-
get a
how-
lecture.
How's my day? Like, what
Yeah,
do you wanna know?
yeah. My day is how it was yesterday.
Down
Before
bad,
that.
like.
Down bad. I hear you, actually. I get you. Iman Brent?
I think if I love the person,
Yeah.
I allow them to do whatever they feel is the best to bring me back up to speed.
Oh, that's sweet.
I don't really fuss. Because I don't want them to be, because I feel as though they're doing too much.
Yeah.
I'm taking them out of their normal routine. To
Okay,
basically-
yeah. You don't want to inconvenience
I don't want
them.
to inconvenience them at all. But if
Yeah.
I love them, I'll let them do it because obviously you can tell that. Oh my goodness, you don't normally get popped down
Yeah.
like this. Blah 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 blah. But yeah.
No, that's sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Can I turn the AC off, please?
Yeah.
Well, that was nice and brief and short.
Iman, did you speak?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same, man. Like Yusuf was saying, the food, handle the food, pretty much.
You're vegan too. That's a big love language. That's hella meals to be made.
Bread.
Not bread.
Imagine.
Oh yeah, take
Bread and broccoli.
When you guys are ill though, yeah, do you guys find you eat less or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Depends on the
I eat
illness, though.
much more, you know.
It depends on the
I don't.
illness.
Mm.
When you get your appetite back, I think that's when you know you're feeling better.
Yeah.
And I never lose my appetite ever.
That's good.
Yeah, I just keep eating because I feel
Really?
like the more I eat, the more energy I get. So I'll be able to fight the thingy.
Yeah, because you're probably down bad anyway because you don't have enough energy. So yeah, you need to
That's
keep your
why.
energies up.
Oh, you're not even eating proper food as well.
Exactly.
It's the realest food. Plant food.
This is the realest food.
Not plant food. You know what I mean?
It's plants, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not plant food. It's plants.
It's plant food. Some of the plants eat.
Do you have like a favorite meal? Like, there's like a Ghanaian porridge, yeah, that I only when I'm sick, that's all I want.
Okay.
Like literally, my mum knows. Like it's so extra as well.
That's actually sweet.
Because it's not like we
It's
even
not
have
easily
it in
accessible.
our yes. From Ilya, she's just like.
Here we go.
But I love it so much.
What
soup?
is it made out of?
It's called cocoa. It's made out of. Is it made out of maize? Have you had cocoa? Cocoa.
Yeah.
How do you spell it?
It's not gonna look pretty.
It's
It's just
COCO.
COCO.
Okay.
But
So
put
you
like
have the head?
Ghanaian cocoa.
Yeah.
Serious?
My mum, she goes and buys them more.
Okay.
And then like, but the thing is, like, my friend was like, "No, you're turning it into creme brulee. That's why you like it. Do you know how much sugar?" And I don't even have a sweet
Yeah.
tooth yet. I don't have
yeah.
a sweet tooth. But
Yeah.
when I'm sick, the sugar and tin milk.
There is
don't piss
something
me off.
about like wanting a lot of sugar when you're ill though.
I put so much tin
Yeah.
milk and sugar in it, and then I have it with sweet sugar, like
Sugar is so sweet.
sugar bread. And I dip my sugar
You're
bread.
just eating sugar. You might as well pour it in your mouth.
No, that's literally what I do. But that's all I want when I'm sick.
sugar.
This?
I don't know. Yeah.
That looks like Nigerian,
I
what
hate-
we call pap.
So there's different types,
Yeah.
yeah?
Yeah.
Is that
I
what it
hate-
is?
There's Hausa cocoa, and I hate that. Because
There's
that
what?
one's... So there's cocoa, which is the normal one, and then there's Hausa cocoa. And Hausa
it's
cocoa is
cute
like...
or-
Hausa is another tribe.
Yeah. So that's what it's called, because it's from the north. It's from the northerners.
Oh, is
But
it pap then?
Yeah, I think it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it's spicy. That
Oh,
version's
okay.
spicy, and I hate the fact that it's spicy.
For they do things differently. I feel like wherever they have it, their version's always like has like a little spice or something.
There'll be slight differences.
Yeah, that is so. Yeah, it's
So
called
same
pap,
thing.
or we call it Yorubas call it ogi.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I've
Yeah.
heard that.
I
I'm talking about-
hate the smell of.
I hate it.
I hate the smell of.
It smells like feet.
Smells
Oh,
like-
I hate it.
It smells like nastiness.
Mine doesn't smell
No, but
like...
when it's in its raw form.
Oh,
it
when
just
it's like
smells
in
like
the...
the-
yeah,
Back of your ear.
it just stinks.
You know when the back of your ear is not that clean?
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of that still.
Do you remember when they said
Ear
yeah,
back.
Lamar said Chloe smells like earring back?
Yeah, like you know when you get.
No, I know what you mean. I know what
Smell
you
the
mean.
back of your earring thing.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It's a specific smell. But yeah, okay, yeah.
This
you
is
know
those
what,
national
yeah.
cuisines, yeah.
Don't try it, bruv. Like, I see you looking at me. Don't
He
look at
said,
me.
he said, this is you lot's natural, was it national cuisines?
I'm just checking.
Don't be racist.
Don't knock it till you try it, man.
I ain't eating that shit.
The thing is, I've never eaten orgie based on the smell. I've never even tried it.
It's nice though, man.
It is nice though.
It might be because my mum used to, but the smell put me off so
It
much.
puts- yeah, it
I
does
haven't
put you off.
even tried
The
it.
thing is,
I've had it in since I was a
I
kid.
don't remember, like, I don't think the smell, like, it's not the same, obviously, because, like, the smells never put me off. Like, and smells do put me off, but I've never noticed it to be, like, something
Yeah.
that stinks. Do you know what I mean?
Can you
Yeah,
just make it a soup or something?
it is basically a soup. Though.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
the
a thick
pepper
soup.
soup.
Like a
Pepper soup will cure your.
Yeah, it will cure
It will
your...
cleanse your sins, bro.
Literally.
That shit is
Wait,
intense.
where your nose runs, your
Bro.
scalp
Yeah,
is itching
exactly.
in the process.
everything, everything has left your body.
But you're missing out, man. Your pepper
I was
soup,
just
there's no
about to say
beef
that.
in it.
Yeah, they need to have a vegan version, man.
They're not
There's no
doing that.
beef in it. That's dry.
Imagine going to Nigeria and asking for vegan suya. They'll slap the heck out of you. They don't take you seriously.
Do they make vegan food in Nigeria?
I ain't got time for that.
Probably,
Everything is food.
There's probably someone there.
Yeah, but the restaurant is probably not doing well. Probably not doing well.
I mean, there's more and more like juice bars,
Listen,
smoothies,
yeah, I mean,
and
juice bars, you're going to live off juice bars for your 10-day
but
trip to Nigeria.
they're getting there.
They're not. It's juice. Juice is juice. We've had, what is it, 5 Alive? Juice is juice. I know someone who she's vegan, right? Went there. She had to be eating some normal food, and when she came back here, she cleansed it out because there was nothing to. You're gonna lose. Might lose life.
There must be vegetarian options.
No, but the thing is, I feel
No!
like
How can it be
You can.
vegetarian food?
'Cause my grandma eats what's that thing? I don't know the proper name. The Yoruba name. It's like a meat alternative, but it's like cheese.
What?
You know what I'm talking about.
Is it locust beans that they put in okra sometimes?
I'm not sure.
Locust beans stink as well, innit?
It stinks.
Oh my god.
It stinks.
I went to
You have to wash it.
Stork one time, and they gave us locust beans in
Did
one of
they?
our meals, and it stunk, bro.
Is it safe to say a lot of your food stinks?
No, it doesn't. No, you can't say
again,
that.
big man.
It's
gotta relax
unsafe for
over there.
you to say it.
Oh,
It's
okay.
unsafe for you to say it.
I'm just
Our
talking
food doesn't
from
stink.
the experiences that I have with you
Our
lot
food
sharing
don't stink.
cuisine. It's a common theme that comes up.
You said it twice.
I mean, I'm not party to this conversation. So.
No, but
said it twice.
locust beans is not a cuisine. It's just
It's just an ingredient.
It's an ingredient. Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of it is natural, like stuff that comes from like earth and stuff. It should be
So
stinking.
it just
up.
smells earthy.
If your food don't smell, you ain't eating right. You got a little smell to it. You ain't eating right. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about though.
No, but I
It's
feel
like I'm not too sure how it's made, but basically just cut it up like meat. So it's just easier to chew and all that type of stuff. You just put it in stew, just like meat you would meat.
And is it big? Like, does it like pieces of meat?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Mm.
Okay.
I'll
Vegan
figure out the name.
alternative.
I think you can definitely be vegan in Africa though. Like, well,
I think you struggle,
no,
man.
you will struggle. But I mean, like, for example, like, what do you lot call it? What's your spinach stew?
Oh, F4.
F4, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to have the meat in there.
But that's the thing, though. You and some things. It depends on where you go, because some things they use meat, chicken.
Stock.
Yeah. But you can make that. To be fair, though.
Yeah, because in my
without
head, I'm
it.
thinking like
Yeah.
the Ghanaian version.
Yeah, actually, you
Like,
can
I
make
would-
that.
with yam, plantain.
Yeah, even that jollof rice.
Yeah,
But
Red.
where's your protein coming from, though?
that's between
the
you
spinach.
And God. That's between you and God, girl.
Yeah,
Can't
but,
have
But
it
eat
all.
spinach all the time.
you have to have a lot of beans as well.
Yeah,
Cheddar beans,
Yeah.
have plantain and beans. Like
platinum and beans slap. I did that the other day.
that's
Yeah.
my fave. I had it literally on Monday.
Oh, it's the spicy beans though. It's called ewagoin.
Mm.
And basically, so there's a place in Nigeria, right, where they have it like on like a gege bread, and then you add like little bits or whatever. So I made my own because obviously I'm gonna fly to Nigeria to have it. And then it was the best thing I ever had. So it was basically a gege bread on it, put the beans on it, and then fried plantain on it.
That sounds nice.
Best sandwich I ever had. It was the best thing of my life. It was so nice. Yeah, I could not believe what I had stumbled across. So great.
No, it sounds nice.
It's making me hungry. Anyways, all right. Well, let's get into headlines.
All right, so our first headline, according to the BBC anyway, the government considered using legal powers to block the expansion of the Ulez scheme. So ministers dropped the plan after receiving legal advice that it would probably fail if challenged in court, this according to the Daily Telegraph, right? The Ulez scheme will be expanded to all London boroughs on Tuesday, so next Tuesday. The Department of Transport said it was for the mayor to justify its expansion as people deal with the cost of living. Telegraph said that cabinet ministers have been considering using part of the 1999 Greater London Authority Act that allowed them to overrule Sadiq Khan's policy if it was inconsistent with national policies, but formal legal advice concluded that the move would fail if challenged. Motorists driving vehicles within the charging zone which do not comply with the TfL's emission standards will have to pay £12.50 a day. Petrol cars generally meet the standards if they were first registered after 2005, whilst diesel cars generally have to be newer than September of 2015. The controversial expansion of the scheme was first introduced in 2019 to clean up the capital's air and was ruled lawful in the High Court last month after 5 Conservative-led councils challenged the Labour mayor's plan. The issue was later blamed by the Labour leader, Sir Keir Starmer, for the party's defeat in the Uxbridge and South Ruislip by-election. Next headline, the Conservative mayoral candidate for London has been criticised for saying the dangerous Notting Hill Carnival should be moved and claiming there was a problem with crime in the black community. David Lammy said it was astonishing that someone running to be the capital's mayor had expressed such offensive views. Shadow's Foreign Secretary, who's a London MP, was asked about Susan Hall's comments a week before the Notting Hill Carnival was due to be held in London, with almost 2 million people expected to celebrate Caribbean culture and community in the biggest carnival in Europe. Hall has repeatedly said it should be moved away from its location of Notting Hill, where it's been held since 1966. And in 2020, she said that every year residents go through this hell. So these are in quotations, right? Every year residents go through this hell, and that it was astonishing that the carnival was allowed to go ahead in its current location, and asked, why do we permit this vandalism every year? I attended Notting Hill Carnival last year, 2019, to understand the police operation. It was unbelievable. I don't think the public realise just how dangerous it can get. Astonishing that we should put our police in this position every year, and the cost to the taxpayers is eye-watering. And the last headline is linked to our topic of the day. And the number of people who died due to drug misuse in Scotland last year fell by 279 to the lowest level for 5 years. However, Scotland continues to have the worst drug death rate in the UK and the rest of Europe, with narcotics claiming about 90 lives on average every month. The Scottish Government is proposing to decriminalise the possession of drugs for personal use to help and support people rather than criminalise and stigmatise them. But the UK government, which controls the drug policy, has rejected the plan as dangerous and says it has no intention of giving the Scottish Parliament the power to enact the new policy. I'm not going to read the rest of the headline because I'm going to speak about that in the topic of the day. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the headlines.
All right, lovely, thank you. Let's get into what you say in topic of the day.
I just saw someone put in a chat, yeah. Someone said it's called Wara.
Okay. Oh yes, that sounds familiar.
Okay.
Sounds familiar.
I'm looking at it. All right, so like I was saying, guys, yeah, should we decriminalise drugs, yeah? When you first heard that, yeah, what's your immediate thoughts? Do you feel like it's going to be better for society overall?
It is, you know. I studied this in uni. It was one of my modules.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be.
Okay. Why you say
All
that?
drugs or some drugs?
What?
All drugs or particular drugs?
I think all drugs. Because I think the way I studied it was years ago, but essentially it was to push for decriminalisation of it and more to do with like helping people who like more understanding why, like reasons why people are addicted to drugs and whatever else.
Okay.
But also because drugs are criminalised, it means that a lot of drugs that are out there are bad drugs. They're laced with stuff and whatever, and that's how people get addicted. Sometimes people get things that they shouldn't really get addicted to, but because it's laced with something, because it's illegal and the channels in which they're getting it is bad, that's what then causes issues down the line, essentially.
Okay. You're going to delve into that further.
Yeah.
What you guys?
I think it depends on what drugs we're talking about.
Okay, are there certain
I
drugs
mean,
you
like
just feel like should
weed.
never
I don't.
be-
Think,
I was gonna say-
I don't think weed should be
I think weed should be
illegal at
legal.
all.
Okay.
If you're talking about heroin and crack and stuff, then those drugs are a bit more severe, and they have a way worse effect on human beings than weed does. So I wouldn't be for those being legal.
Okay.
I mean,
I think if you look at like countries that have made class, weed is what class B in it?
no idea.
Was it?
C, I think it's C.
I think C, you know.
Is it C?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. So if you look at countries that have made weed legal and how they're functioning, I think we can take examples of that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you look at America,
Like LA,
thriving, business is thriving over there.
literally Amsterdam,
Yeah, I'm
even
saying,
Malta. We went to
Oh,
DLT.
is weed legal?
Yeah,
You
or
could
not?
buy it off Uber Eats. I'm not
Oh,
even
is it?
joking.
Oh, yeah, I
Literally
remember you saying that.
on
yeah.
Uber
Yes,
Eats,
my list of
I
places.
swear, I don't know.
you can literally order it and they'll bring it. Like, do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So, yeah, I
okay.
think definitely something like weed.
But Esther, you know, through your studies, were there economic benefits to making weed legal? Sorry, not weed, sorry, drugs.
I can't remember, but I feel like there would have been, because it was like the sociology side of things. You know, like sociologists, they look
Yeah.
at all the benefits of
Yeah.
everything. I can't remember.
But wasn't like alcohol and cigarettes at one point illegal and then they became legal, or were they always? I don't know. I'm sure that they went through the same process, right?
Yeah.
So the reason why I think them legalizing it will probably help, especially with like crime and stuff, yeah, is because like there'll be less because it's legalized. People who are trying to do it on road will make less money from it anyway. Do you know what I mean? So it's like I feel like that will reduce the impact of the like the turf wars and do you know what I mean? All of that kind of stuff. And
Okay.
to be fair, Margs, what's your opinion on this?
I was gonna say sorry. the economy as well will come from like prisons. You know, the number of people that imprisoned for like drugs and stuff. If it's decriminalized, we're saving a lot of money. What was the figures again? You told us yesterday how much it costs to keep each prisoner in prison.
Yes, about £40,000 a year.
We're freeing up a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
All them little boys with a little bit of weed, we release them. That's about $1 million in the bank.
So is your, well, you pretty much said this already, that you kind of apply that to all drugs, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Generally, anyway. Like
generally, yeah, because obviously some drugs are,
crazy.
crazy. But I do think that, I feel like these guys, I think there are certain drugs that should not be like weed and stuff. I mean, I think there is a weed pandemic or epidemic going on. That's a conversation for another day. But yeah, I think certain drugs are lighter than other drugs and shouldn't be. So the classes, yeah, is class C like the worst? Is class A the worst?
No,
No,
A's
A's
the
the
worst.
worst.
C's
A's
like
the worst.
the least.
Oh, okay.
So that's the weed stuff. Like we know, you can just go to Amsterdam. People are just and
Yeah.
they're selling it in America. That's not a problem. But if we apply that same thing to like MDMA, to cocaine, what's your views on that?
We're getting harder now.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, no. Like I said earlier, I'm not for those being legal because of the effects they have on people, innit? I don't care about people selling them. It's more about the people using them, innit?
Do you feel like because the thing is, oh sorry, go on.
Sorry, yeah, I knew it. Weed was class C before, now it's B.
Serious?
Ooh,
yeah.
I was going up.
Yeah, I remember when
Interesting.
that happened. Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
Okay. Yes. Sorry, Lisa.
What was I saying?
Yeah,
if you're talking,
Like cocaine and stuff.
if you're talking cocaine, heroin, crack and stuff, I'm not against the selling of drugs. It's more the usage. Innit? So I'm more thinking about the effects it has on people.
Okay. Do you feel like, because the thing is, do you feel like decriminalizing though may make less people use it? Do you think it will make more people use it? Do you think it will make it safer?
Or you think
Potentially?
people use drugs because they're not allowed to use it?
Sometimes.
I think some people,
Sometimes,
yeah.
yeah.
Especially like when you're young and like impressionable and like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think definitely. Because it's not good for you, but most things, it's cool. Have you not noticed that when you're young, most of the things that are seemed or deemed cool are the things that are not meant to really be good for you?
That's true.
So I'm going to mention a couple points to you guys. Yeah. So basically, there was an issue in Portugal, I believe, in a couple of decades ago. My document's kind of messed up, and basically, the government pretty much said, "Look, we've just lost this war on drugs. Like,
Yeah.
we're finished here. Let's just see if decriminalising will work, right?" And it was apparently a lot worse than what Scotland's faces now. But basically, what it was is right now anyway, they've got double the population of Scotland. So there's 10.3 million compared with 5.5 million. And Portugal has far fewer drug deaths. There were just 74 deaths in 2021 compared with, in Scotland, 1,330. This is compared to the fact that, like I said before, Portugal's was crazy. They decriminalized it and it's just dropped. And basically, it's kind of touches what Esther was saying earlier. The approach to become completely different. It'll be more so, okay, if we catch you with like enough to say, okay, this is obviously personal use.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna arrest you or whatever. We're gonna signpost you to like health services and things of that nature. Might fine you here and there, but in terms of the arrest, going to prison and stuff, that's out the window. So potentially people who are using it that kind of need the help, need an extra push, will kind of get that push. So, yeah.
And what is it in Scotland now?
No, it's not decriminalised. They're just thinking about it. Yeah, because
So
they're basically
Scotland are
saying,
thinking about it.
yeah. They're saying maybe we should use Portugal's model. You know what I'm saying? Because theirs is down drastically. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, it's the proof's in the pudding.
Mm-hmm.
Because clearly, if the way you've been doing it for so long isn't working or isn't getting any better, maybe it's time to try a different approach. That's my viewpoint anyway.
Okay.
So if you have examples where it is working and it has worked, I don't think there's anything wrong with trying to implement that.
I think this might be to Yusuf's point, right? Do you feel like it sends the wrong message though? If we were to say it's legal, like, do you feel like Amsterdam, Holland sends the wrong message to people?
Not really.
Not really.
I guess that's weed though, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
But do you feel like if
that's what I'm going there for.
Because if something, but that's the thing. Because if something decriminalised, do more people do it then?
Some people are saying potentially.
I don't think people do drugs because they're illegal. I think they do drugs because of what it does to them. Right? I don't think.
That's more of the
like,
selling point.
I don't think people take drugs because of the thrill of taking something that they're not meant to take. It's
But
more so what it
it's
does.
more of course, you're going to lean more towards that. Than
So I think
thrill.
if you decriminalise it, it'll increase the usage. I don't think it's going to... Sorry, not decrease, increase. Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
No?
I hear you. That's true. 'Cause I don't think people are taking drugs because they're rebels.
I think people would be happy that it's illegal.
Yeah.
But do you know what I think it is though? I guess with cannabis and stuff, there's like layers
that's
and
true.
levels in it of what people take. So I think that's where the conversation changes. I don't really know much about narcotics.
drug world.
You know, I don't know the
Ins and outs.
yeah. So I can't. It's not my remit or my realm.
Is that why Narcos is called Narcos?
Because of the word narcotics. Yeah. They're there.
It's okay. You've entered the chat.
It's alright. Thank you very much.
Yo,
I'm glad.
love
6
that-
years later.
love
I'm
that
here.
for you.
Love that for
Do
me.
you guys think bigger sentences should be given out to buyers or sellers?
I think sellers obviously
tricky
because
though.
sellers because it's a profitable business, isn't it?
I don't think so, no. Because
Because,
you,
yeah, 'cause they need the
chose
money,
you
man.
chose to buy it,
And they're going through it.
right?
Do you know the only thing
I can
don't
supply,
you know-
but there's no demand.
Do you
so I
know
can't-
the only thing I don't like about drugs, is all the like the crime and all that shit that comes with it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's the only thing I think
Yeah.
makes it so distasteful. Because when you think about it, yeah, like let's just think about Africans for a second, yeah. Whenever an African, like obviously when we think about people smoking weed, it's lighthearted. It's a social thing, right? And
Yeah.
it's like, but if you tell an African parent or like an African parent finds out that you're smoking drugs,
Yeah.
Igbo.
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Ghanaians will call it we. I don't know
Yeah.
why. Don't know where they think the
Where's
D
the
is
D?
silent.
Yeah.
But they literally will tell you you're smoking we.
Yeah.
It's like it means you're a bad person.
It means that
you're
you are
criminal.
crack.
Yeah.
You're like it's so you're gonna be killing people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Join
mean?
bad
Like,
gang.
if you- bad gang. Like it's
Yeah.
Join bad gang.
it's everything else that comes with it. I
Yeah.
think is what gives it such a bad in
Yeah,
African
it's
in
a
the African
stereotype.
community anyway.
Yeah.
The stereotype. I feel like.
But
and
are those stereotypes justified?
No, because they're dramatic, man.
No,
But you're
I
talking-
agree that it does come with like a
Because
lot of negative stigma.
if you found out your child was doing coke or doing weed, well, weed to a
I'm
certain
talking about
extent,
weeds, coke,
but
dear.
you're talking about weed.
That one.
All right, so
No, but
if you found out your child was doing weed, what's your thoughts?
I was sitting down. Why are we doing weed? 'Cause my thing with Africans is like we're gonna sit here and talk about this little boy that's smoking weed. Bonkatunde over there is a bloody alcoholic, and no one's saying anything about that.
But it's because alcohol is illegal. But you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
though, right?
I don't know,
And that's
man.
the point. I'm like, because alcohol is illegal, it's still a bad. You're still
You're still addicted to it.
Yeah.
This is
to
it.
a drug that can kill you,
is
so
it.
to speak.
Yeah, alcohol is as bad as weed.
It is.
It is.
But it's because it's legal.
Yeah.
This is
That's
it.
the only reason why it's socially acceptable.
And the
Yeah.
stigma around drugs is just the stigma around drugs. It's people, when you think about it, people get drunk, stupid drunk, and they drink just for bands.
Yeah.
But they smoke a little weed, now they're looking at you like, oof, you're a bad apple.
Good morning, caller.
Hi, good morning, guys. You all right?
All good, thanks. How are you?
Thank you.
Morning.
That's week.
Yeah, not too bad, thanks. Not too bad. Yeah, it is. How are you? How are you? Yes, there.
Good, thank you, darling.
Yes, there.
Good. Yeah, man. Man, this is a good topic to discuss. You know, obviously, I'm kind of like on the side of like decriminalizing it, but not the reason why some people might think. I think if we decriminalize drugs, it will make a lot of these politicians kind of like finally look into drugs, because at the minute, all they are stuck on is from the late 60s and 70s, this whole war on drugs. And that policy alone kind of like it affects how they kind of look into like funding the police, etc. So, you know, the example that you used when it came to Portugal, it was right. Like, so basically they decriminalized it like in 2001.
Yeah.
And before that, in Portugal, I think the figure was like 1% of the population, they were all heroin addicts. So the reason, so one day decriminalizing it, it's not to do with like the supply of drugs. It's just for personal possession of drugs. So so all the funding that they used to give to the police to crack down on like the possession of it, they kind of like put that money towards actually looking at the drug use as a public health issue. So, for example, now if there's an issue with, say, diabetes is going off the roof, etc., the government then will look at it and be like, right, okay, we need to like invest more money into research on why this is happening within the population. So they started to put a lot of money into it. So, for example, it started from they used to have these vans where if you're a heroin user, you can go to these vans and actually exchange your needles. So you'll get like a fresh needle. That will be like a start of it. And so then, if you all the problems that come with like HIV and like using other people's needles, that will kind of like slowly get less and less. So yeah, like I think they should decriminalize it, but instead of like it just being like this whole scary thing where we think it's going to be like like there's going to be people on the streets like just injecting heroin. That's not how it will be. Like they will actually sit down and actually look into it as a public health rather than what it is now. And so that's where I come from it. But yeah, it's interesting. Like when you think about it, to be honest.
Okay, I hear you. So so do you feel like it will be much more regulated, the drugs, drug usage?
Yeah, I think it will. So, I mean, when we look at, so I feel like in the UK, whenever we kind of like look into the drug misuse, nobody really looks at cocaine because all these politicians, their kids are now doing it every weekend. So they don't see it as a big problem, but they see the person supplying those drugs as a problem. So I don't know, like, I reckon like when it comes to like things like heroin and that, I reckon a lot more people will come off it because a lot of people would want to, I think anyway, personally, some people might want to come off it, but they don't have like the facilities, etc., to be able to do that. So, for example, like if we getting somebody off heroin, they use like a methadone, I think, that could be supplied to certain people now, but it has to be the person that goes to their GP and asks for these. They don't have facilities where a drug addict can go to. Yes, you can go to a rehab and that, but who's got money for those? It's going to be like the top 1% or the top 10% of the population that will have that. So I think if they were to make those things kind of like available, then it will help with like the criminalizing side of it. Do I think that's just going to stop organized crime straight away? Of course not, because organized crime kind of like changes with, it's all about supply and demand, isn't it? So then they might kind of move into, which they are now, which is like these prescription drugs. So that might have to be tackled with it. But then again, because we're looking at drug as a public health, we then will have the facilities to be able to look into prescription drugs as well. Because if you can see what's happening in America now, these drug companies are making billions of dollars from it. And if you look at the streets of like places like Philadelphia, the amount of addicts that you see they started with heroin, or they will start with like a prescription drug, moves into heroin, but now the heroin is not actually normal heroin that they're used to. So you can get heroin that's like 100 times as strong as like what normal heroin was, because the cartels are seeing it as like, oh, instead of using this on it, we can use fentanyl, which is 100 times stronger than what heroin is. But people are still using the same amount they will normally use, and that's why you get a lot of these overdoses and that. So, I mean, Philadelphia is one example I use. Like the police force now, they have this. It's like a little nasal thing, that all police officers will have now in their car. And if somebody's ODing on a like a fentanyl-laced heroin, they literally put this on their nose, and then the person they stop like that person ODing and dying from it, because they looked at it as like, oh, we need to invest in this, and all police officers need to have it because of what they see on the streets. So although they didn't decriminalize it, like the help is there. You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah, 100%. Okay, let me ask you this quickly.
Yeah, man.
In terms of like this whole decriminalization of drugs and stuff, do you feel like like overall, what's your overall view of how society should be with regards to using drugs? Do you feel like more people, it's okay for people to use drugs, and so decriminalizing it will just make it more out in the open, or do you see decriminalization of drugs as just the best way to get rid of drugs? If you get what I'm trying to say.
I think it is like we'll never get rid of drugs.
Okay.
Personally, I don't think so.
So
But
that's
what we
not
will
your
get rid
aim.
of is
Mhm.
no, that's not my aim.
Okay.
So, and I don't think anybody can sit there with a public policy and say this policy will like deteriorate like the amount of people use drugs. That's never going to happen. But what I think will happen is that a lot of people that are dependent on these drugs, if we're looking at it as a public health, we can look at it as so these people, they like a lot of it will happen. Like say, for example, somebody will become homeless, and majority of the population in the UK, we are only we are only 5 months of pay from being homeless. So if you lose your job and you're not getting income for 5 months, majority of people in the UK will become homeless. So if somebody was to become homeless, because there isn't like that safety net, and they are living on the street, and they are like obviously they'll feel sorry for themselves like that, and it's easy for them to get into these drugs, like these street drugs. So I reckon when we decriminalising it, we will look at it more the effects drugs has on people, and the reason, like there'll be studies done on why people get into these drugs, and I reckon the benefit that we'll see as a society will be there's going to be less people that are going to be dependent on it, and when that happens, then hopefully, like within time, maybe like in the next half century, like in the next few decades, then hopefully the use of drugs will come down. Like I'm talking about like relying on the drugs. And personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Like I don't do it. I don't like I want to take drugs. But I don't like if people are using it recreationally. So when it comes to weed, etc., I don't have an issue with that. And I think if people are using it recreationally, then that isn't a societal issue. So I think that should be the aim of it, not to like eradicate it fully, because I don't think that we're going to do that, and I don't think one policy is going to do that.
Okay.
Because if you look at like society-wise, a lot of places that we don't think that are a lot of the population is addicted to drugs are. So, for example, like Pakistan or Afghanistan, we see as like, oh, that's a Muslim country. Like people like they don't tend to be addicted in that. The heroin addiction in Pakistan is off the roof, and now they're dealing with it in a way of like, oh, we need to stop like the flow of the drugs coming in from Afghanistan, but a lot of the time those things happen because of like bribery and like like organized crime. So they're not tackling that; they're just looking at like as like, oh, there's a lot of addicts. You know what I mean? So I think like even in you wouldn't even think this, but like in Saudi Arabia, at the minute they have like an issue with prescription drugs that they're tackling, but they're not tackling it as like a public health. They over there like they'll just say like, oh, if you are caught selling drugs, or if you're a drug dealer, like you'll just get the death penalty. Like, you know what I mean? But these countries that we don't think of it like normally that will have an issue with drugs, they have the same issues that we have. And if they can't stop their public from using these, then no amount of like filling out our prisons is going to help. So we need to think about it differently.
Okay. And Tariq, before you go, same question I'm going to ask to the guys in the room. Decriminalizing it though, do you feel like more people could try drugs? Yes, they'll be trying legalize drugs, right? But more people are trying drugs. And if are we basically saying that drug usage is a good thing? Obviously, the argument for weed, obviously, like the population's pretty much split on that, right? But when it comes to like cocaine and other types of drugs now, Class A drugs, like surely more people would try or could try legalized drugs. And is that a good thing though? Or do you just not think that would happen
not necessarily.
anyway?
Not necessarily.
So
I think if it happens, it will. I don't think it will be in the sense of like they'll become addicted to it.
Okay.
And the example I will use is once upon a time, alcohol was like you couldn't drink alcohol; it was prohibited, and they criminalized that. and you didn't get straight away a lot of people that are alcoholics. So I think, yes, obviously, the more of the population that have access to these drugs, there's the potential, obviously, there's access to it, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's the same correlation that these people are going to become addicted to it. Because if we say in that, getting prescription drugs, getting hooked on prescription drugs is really, it's like there's an issue with it now. And that is not criminalized. That is like that's available. Yes, obviously you have to get a prescription from your GP, but I can just fake it. Like if I've got like a really bad back and I was prescribed something and I'm hooked onto it now, I'm gonna say I've got a bad back. You know what I mean? Like there's still gonna be ways around it. So I don't think decriminalizing it necessarily has a correlation to the amount of people that will try drugs for the first time. Have it like smoking weed. Yeah, it went from category C to a category B now. I think a few years now. That doesn't necessarily mean like a lot more people tried are now. A lot like less people are smoking it. Yeah. If anything, like it's going to be about the same amount of people.
Okay, so what are you saying then, that the potential criminal record that you could get, the consequences of being arrested with drugs, is not a deterrent at all?
It's not a deterrent at all, because at the minute, if you get caught with drugs, and it's for personal use, I don't think it's a deterrent to a lot of people, because I think our criminal system is kind of concentrated more on the supply of the drugs and the organized crime side of it. So if you get you can literally be few grams of it, personal use to possession of supplying Class A drugs. Do you know what I mean? So it's a fine line as used anyway. So who was that person that sat down at a table and thought, okay, this many grams is for personal use, this many grams is like you're selling. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think it will necessarily affect it a lot. It might affect that the amount of people that if we are maybe, I mean, I know I'm thinking about all rainbows and that here, but there might become a society where a lot of people don't need to get involved in the sale of drugs and that, and there's opportunities for young people that they don't need to necessarily get into selling drugs and getting all these harsh sentences right from the start of like them getting into their adult lives, and then that's affecting like the job prospects and etc. down the line. Maybe like there will come a time where that's not going to be like criminal enterprise is not going to be as like people are not going to be drawn to it. But maybe that's just me though. I think hopefully like that's what society is going to become like. But yeah.
Okay. I hear you. I was going to ask you another question about something else about prostitution and stuff here, but I'll leave that for another day because that's not.
All right, go on.
Stop it.
Go on.
Huh?
Hit me up.
No, I was just going to say.
Fine.
I was just going to say, like, would you apply the same thinking to prostitution and stuff?
Yes, I think with like prostitution at the minute, it's I think we can if we deal with prostitution the way say Amsterdam and Netherlands deal with it, I think there's going to be a lot less people that are going to be groomed into becoming prostitutes. I think there's going to be a lot less sex trafficking involved. And don't get me wrong, that's not gonna happen overnight. But I think there's gonna be a lot of like less people that are gonna catch STDs, etc. from paying for prostitution, because if we kind of like give them an avenue where they can get regular tests, etc. I think for public health wise, that's gonna be beneficial. I think another thing as well, like in bigger cities, we all know a street or few streets that prostitutes are walking up and down. It's still a crime, but it happens. And if we was to decriminalize it, we can have like a red light district or whatever. Like, so it's just like how clubs are regulated. It can become something like that, I think. And
do you feel like sorry to cut you. Do you feel like more women or men potentially will go into prostitution to try it? Because maybe there's just less of a stigma on it. Like you can just go somewhere and that could just be your occupation. That's not a problem. You know what I'm saying?
There might be less stigma in it, but obviously, like at the moment, like OnlyFans, etc., like kind of gives people an avenue to get into that. So, and I might be mistaken here. In the UK, I don't think getting paid for sex is a criminal act. I think it's like, say, if they have like brothels, etc., like those places is a crime, I think. Or obviously you can't like solicit sex on the streets as well. So if you was to get in contact with somebody and you do it in your own house, and I don't think that's that's illegal, but I could be wrong. So we might even be making it safer for these girls. If you want to be a prostitute, then that's your prerogative. But they're not doing it in a darkly lit alleyways, etc. You know what I mean? Like they might actually get into it in a way. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh, prostitution, like we don't want." Like, I'm not saying your daughters are going to be prostitutes all of a sudden, but you know what I mean? Like, whether we like it or not, society, we do have prostitutes. But maybe if we work towards making it safer for them, then there's going to be other crimes that are going to go down. That's just my view.
Okay, makes sense. I hear what you're saying.
All right.
Thank you very much for that call, man.
Take care.
Have a good one.
Take care, man.
All right, guys. Last question before we move on. Yeah, in terms of like the argument, obviously, I guess being against legalizing drugs. Yeah, same question I asked Tariq. Do you feel like potentially more people will be trying drugs, and if more people try drugs in society, would you see that as a bad thing? If more people just use drugs, because it's like, what is the point? Is the point to kind of just manage the drug usage, or to eradicate drug usage? Are we okay with having drugs in society, but we just want to manage it?
I think eradicating certain drugs is good, or should be the aim.
Okay.
Go on.
1 second. Good morning.
Good morning, my beautiful black people.
Yes, Kevin, what are you saying?
What's good?
You good?
I'm all right, my brother. What on? Yeah. I thought I'd chop up on this one, you know?
All right, good.
What you're saying is true. Like, drugs should be legalized simply because the majority of drugs, natural drugs, like weed, even cocaine, your body has receptors in your body designed to ingest these natural drugs. The problem with drugs majoritively is the pharmaceutical drugs. The new age of pharmaceutical drugs is what mashes up people because your body's not designed for it. See what I'm saying? So, like, the pills, the balloons, the lean, these new age pharmaceutical drugs is what causes the problems within people's bodies because they're not designed to take them. So your body breaks down as a result because it rejects the drug that you're taking.
Okay.
But it has cannabinoid receptors in your body. There's cannabinoid receptors in your body. There's receptors in your body for cocaine, for heroin. These drugs are naturally come from the earth. The things that they cut it with, the pharmaceuticals that they cut these drugs with are the problem.
You know? Okay. So would you prefer if it was legalized or kept in a particular way? Because with the legalization of drugs, do you feel like more of these artificial type of man-made drugs will be on the market?
Humans will always find a new way to get high, man. It's part of our nature. You know, we live in crutches. We have personality disorders where the addiction doesn't come from the drug. The addiction comes from the person's mentality. You know, like if you have an addiction, if you have an addictive personality, it will manifest in any which way, regardless. So it's not necessarily the drug itself, but if you have an addiction, you're going to have an addiction to, if you've got an addictive personality, you're going to be able to get addicted to something as silly as training, something like food, like anything can be addictive to someone with an addictive personality disorder. It doesn't necessarily have to be the drug, but these pharmaceutical drugs do create dependency because your body's not designed to do it. And once you've done it for a certain amount of time, your body reacts in a way where you now need it to be able to cope or be able to function because of the breakdown that it has on your body overall. But all of these drugs that we're talking about, these classical drugs, heroin, cocaine, weed, alcohol, not even alcohol, but the majority of these things come from a natural source where if you was taking it in its natural form, you wouldn't have the same problem. Like opium comes from like a lot of Asian countries, right? It's grown as a plant.
Mm-hmm.
They've been taking it for years. They don't have that addictive problem. The problem is that when they bring it over into these westernized countries, a lot of these westernized countries chop it up with things to make extra money. And because they chop it up with things, it's the things that they're chopping it up with that cause the addiction.
Okay. So,
you know what I'm saying?
So you're saying, so the addiction you're saying solely comes from the drug? Or because I heard you say that the addiction is also a result of the person's addictive personality.
Yes, it comes from the person's addictive personality, not from the drug.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's where like we all have these crutches. That's the way that we're designed, unfortunately. And it's part of us being human. And you can become addicted to anything if your mentality isn't the right mentality. You know, alcohol, cigarette, it doesn't necessarily have to be even training, shopping. Like you get dopamine hits when you do something that brings you joy or relief. It's part of how your system's set up, right? You get that dopamine hit, you feel better because you've managed to forget about whatever problem it is that you had or escape. Because escapism is a part of our human structure. We need to have our minds free and clear. And most of us don't know how to deal with the average day-to-day of living. So you find a crutch, whatever crutch that is, be it so much, like I said, like just simply as shopping. You know, there's a whole heap of people who are addicted to shopping because of the little dopamine hit that it gives them, that little piece of satisfaction that you get. Like sex is addictive, not because it's an addiction or a drug. It's because we can turn it into an addiction because we get satisfied by that dopamine hit that hits us when we do it.
Okay. I hear you.
Like you can see all these things. Like I say, it's not gonna like it, but like I say online, you can look these things up. Cannabinoid receptors are in your body. You have multiple cannabinoid receptors in your body, multiple cocaine receptors in your body. If you take it in its natural state, like in certain African countries, they call it cat, right? It's the same thing, but they chew it on a leaf. So it comes in this more natural form.
Okay. So before you go, are you? What would be your ideal situation? What would you do?
I don't think that it should be criminalized. You can't criminalize someone for having an addictive personality. I think that is a bit crazy. If anything, that person needs psychological care to be able to learn how to moderate themselves and not necessarily and deal with their addictive personality because it's not the drug. Like you can go straight from having that drug addiction straight into creating another addiction, even if you don't. Even if you leave that drug that you was messing with alone, yeah, you're gonna use something. It doesn't matter what it is, but you will find a way to satiate that dopamine hit.
Okay, I hear you.
And the prostitution thing, prostitution would also be better legalized as well, simply because people have always done it. Women will always sell pom-pom. It is part of history, and it's probably the oldest profession in human history. You know?
Back in the day, they were selling it for cows. Like in Jesus' day. So for land.
Well,
it's always been the trade.
That's so funny.
You know, and if you regulate it, then the women have to, like in Amsterdam, the women are tested regularly. You have to be tested regularly, which keeps for you to even be able to do it, to you just stand in that window, part of your signed agreement is that you are tested regularly, which means that it keeps the industry clean overall. Now you can't come in there and not be tested, so you have to have a certain mindset when you're doing this in the first place. If anything, legalizing it makes it safer.
I think
But-
it'll make it safer.
Yeah.
Okay.
It makes a hell of a, you know. When it comes to drugs, though, legalizing it, yeah, we'll do it, but the government will still find a way, because at the end of the day, giving people these drugs in their natural state isn't as addictive and it isn't as profitable. The majority of money made comes from the illegal side of it, where you cut it with certain products and then you put it back out on the market.
Mm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So
All right.
it is what it is. But yeah, that's my call, my
Thank you very much, man.
Thanks,
Thank you very
Kevin.
much.
love people. Love.
All right, people. So I see a lot of people in chat basically saying,
Up in arms.
yeah, up in arms. They don't agree with Kevin's ideas. Remember, guys, everyone's free to drop their ideas in it. So if you feel like Kevin is wrong, call up, man. You know what I'm saying? It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. But before we move on, though, like I was saying, I wanted to ask you guys, do you feel like potentially, yes, decriminalising may be good for the reasons that Tariq and Kevin was saying, but do you feel like we could risk just having more drug users? And is that necessarily a bad thing? Do we mind? Or is it just more so about it being in the open and being able to manage it?
I think if you delegalize drugs, it's going to increase usage, and I don't think increased usage is a good thing. No? Why would more people using harmful drugs be a good thing? It's a bad thing.
Because it will be easily accessible. Because if I wanted some drugs tomorrow, if I felt like some drugs tomorrow, I don't know where to get them. If it was decriminalised, I just walk into whatever shop and get them. And I don't think it should be easily accessible like that. But decriminalising will make it more accessible. And like Yusuf was saying, that's not a good thing because more people are going to be using it.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys?
I agree.
Marks?
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Well, I think we can wrap up there, man.
So Rich, you did all of that and for what?
Huh?
Rich.
Richard
What
meant to call
Trying
up.
to call, yeah. And then he was like, I'll pick up the call. I said, first of all, someone's on the phone. He said, well, a 3-way call. All technicalities. All right, well, let's move on. What we do next? Oh, our headlines. We don't go back.
All right, so our next headline. UK support will help power Ukraine's nuclear plants. This is what the Energy Security Secretary Grant Shapps said after visiting the country. The government has announced that it's going to provide an £192 million loan guarantee to enable a UK-based company to supply Ukraine with uranium enrichment services. Nuclear power generates more than half of Ukraine's electricity, but it's the largest plant, which is at a place called Zaporizhia, is currently held by Russia. While he was in Ukraine on Tuesday, Mr. Shapps visited the power station, which has been badly damaged by Russian bombing. He also met with the senior Ukrainian ministers and energy industry figures in Kyiv to discuss the UK support for the country's recovery. The government has said it will provide a loan guarantee through UK Export Finance, which is the UK's export credit agency, to enable UK headquartered company Urenco to supply Ukraine's national nuclear company. Next headline. Students heading to university should make sure that they're vaccinated against 4 potentially deadly types of meningitis. It's what health experts have warned after figures show that many young people remain unprotected. The vaccination, which is ACWY, protects against 4 groups of bacteria basically linked with meningitis, which naturally live at the back of the throat in about 1 in 10 people without making them unwell. So, but the bacteria can cause serious illness, including meningitis, septicemia, and lead to amputations, brain damage, and even death. But according to, this particular jab is routinely offered alongside 3-in-1 teenage boosters at secondary school when people are in year 9 or year 10. But according to the UK Health Secretary Agency, about 1 in 8 of those now old enough to start college or university have not had that jab. In 2021 to 2022, 80% of pupils had been vaccinated by the end of year 10. down from 81% the previous year and 87% in 2019, 2020, when today's soon-to-be freshers were in year 10. And the last headline takes us to Zimbabwe, where the Zimbabweans are going to the polls in presidential and parliamentary elections after a campaign dominated by the country's soaring inflation. The day has been declared a public holiday to allow 6.62 million registered voters a chance to vote. The president, Emerson Mnangagwa, faces 10 challengers, including Nelson Chamisa of the main opposition Citizens Coalition for Change, which is the CCC. And a presidential candidate, for those who are unaware, needs more than 50% of the vote to win. If there's no outright victor, a presidential runoff will be held in 6 weeks on the 2nd of October. It's the first election since the death of Robert Mugabe, who was the man, for people who don't know, who dominated Zimbabwean politics and the ruling ZANU-PF party for decades. He died in 2019, which is nearly 2 years after he was ousted in a military takeover and replaced by his deputy. And that's pretty much it for the headlines. It's time to pay them bills.
Nice. Let's get into the People's Journal.
All right, people, welcome to the People's Journal. I'll give you the news from an economics point of view. It's not much to talk about today. Actually, one of these things is a headline, so I'll leave that to later. But basically, Amazon, yeah? Mm-hmm. They're looking to add extra charges, man, to some same-day Prime deliveries.
Oh, they're so rude for that. I literally ordered that. I woke up this morning and I ordered something to come today. They're so rude. They need not do that because that was their marketing. That's how they got me in the first place. You can't switch things up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. So basically what they're saying is that members will have to pay £1.99 for same-day delivery if their basket totals are less than £20.
Sometimes we order one lip balm.
To be fair, cream.
Like, do you know what I mean? Just the one thing that I need. I think that's really out of order.
It's not the biggest thing in the world, though.
It's big. I don't want to pay £2 when I already pay. What is it? I pay $8.99, $9.99
$8.99
a month.
Yeah.
No, it's a perk.
Yeah.
It's perks.
Well, basically in their statement, they're saying that Amazon said all orders will be delivered by Prime members, will be delivered to Prime members with the fastest available free option by default. So it's not like it's just going to move to that particular option for you, right, and charge you without you knowing and stuff. But if you do, according to their words, Prime members enjoy fast, free one-day delivery on millions of items. We're constantly innovating to deliver a wide selection of great value products at the fastest speeds, blah, 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 blah. But Prime members can receive same-day deliveries where available for free on select orders over £20 or for $1.99 if the total order is below 20. But you couldn't always get same-day delivery.
Yeah, for some things you can't, some things you can.
Yeah, it just depends on the item.
Yeah, it depends on,
And whereabouts you live as well, innit?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So they're thinking about this or they're rolling it out. Like it's a thing now.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, it's going to be rolled out. So I think it starts...
I mean, well, not today.
September.
I didn't pay $1.99 today.
Yeah, so on the 18th of September.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to start. So people should be getting
enough notice.
Emails. Yeah. Enough notice to cancel.
No, enough notice to pay you $1.99.
So yeah, the next thing I wanted to mention is a major US bank has been fined £5.4 million by the UK's energy regulator for failures to record and retain communications between traders. So Ofgem said that the penalty imposed on Morgan Stanley and Co. was the first of its kind and basically related to discussions that were held on WhatsApp, right, between January of 2018 and 2020, right? It was all about like the energy market transactions and stuff like this, right? And basically it was explained, those things basically were made by wholesale traders on privately owned phones, right? In a breach of the rules which were designed to protect, the regular person, consumers and stuff like that, and ensure there's some market transparency and prevent insider trading. But all of these type of things were obviously done for a reason, to hide certain information. And even if it wasn't, it does set the precedence that if we allow this, this may continue in it. So long story short, they've been fined £5.4 million. The next thing I wanted to mention, again, I'm not too sure if you guys have heard of her. Esther might have heard of her. Her name's Diezani, Alison-Madueke. She was the ex-president of OPEC, and she was also a key figure in the Nigerian government during Goodluck Jonathan, right? So for some few years now, right, there's been a lot of controversy around her, right? I'm going to get more into it in the headlines, but pretty much she's been charged again, man. So she was charged back then, I believe.
For what?
Accepting bribes, corruption, all that type of stuff.
The usual.
Yeah, but I think they've now said that there's an extra 72 million.
Who's charging her?
72
Nigerian
million.
government.
Yeah, apparently, yeah, man.
Do you know what Matt said? Nigeria runs on bribery and corruption, right?
Mm.
But do you know how bad you have to be? Do you know how bad the bribery you've taken has to be where they have to convict you
Yep,
and then bring you back another time and convict you twice?
it's crazy.
But where's the money going though when they collect this money from her?
This is
Someone
it.
else's
That would
pocket.
go missing too. Exactly. So yeah, man. Basically, the NCA, which is the National Crime Agency, they suspect that she accepted bribes during her time as a minister for petroleum resources in Nigeria in exchange for awarding multi-million-pound oil and gas contracts. The same type of thing.
They all do that
yeah,
though.
It's
That's
the same
so
thing.
crazy.
Yeah.
I'd blow the whistle if I was her. I'd snitch on everybody.
It's alleged that she's benefited from at least £100,000 in cash, right?
Not that much.
But this is over time and probably more than once. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Got
flights
£100,000
on
per
private
contract.
jets, flights on private jets, luxury holidays for her and her family, all them type of different things. Yeah.
I'm just laughing at her situation. That's so funny. But no,
Yeah,
if I
man.
was her, there's no way anyone's calling me out because we all do this shit. So I got caught. Now you people cannot give me a character witness or a character statement.
Do you feel like it's a fine line though because like again, obviously the 100K in cash, yeah, we know that's crazy, right? But if for example people are telling you, oh guys, I love what you do, Just Jean, you're killing it, fitness queen, Margs, love it, no behavior, Full Fellas, Yusuf, everything that you guys are doing, right? And says, you know what, I'm gonna invite you out to Dubai, come on my private jet, right? Are you not gonna say no because it looks like corruption?
I'm packing my bags.
That's what I'm saying.
I was thinking having 2 suitcases on. Listen.
So a lot of the things surrounding it, obviously we know it's different for being a minister, right?
Well, it feels like perks of the job.
That's what I'm saying. The line is very.
It's very thin. Because it feels like it's just perks of the job and she's got a strong network and she enjoys the network's holiday homes in places she hasn't been to. And now the kids are packing their bags and all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think because it's coming out of Nigeria, it just sounds very cheeky to me, man.
This is it. But this is the thing. We obviously know that, I guess, with her accepting these things, it's likely that the people who gave it to her obviously got certain benefits in Nigeria.
100%. Oh, 100%.
And this is why, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, the charges also detail other financial rewards, including like receiving expensive furniture as well, renovation work, and staff for certain properties, payment of private school fees.
You say staff.
Yeah.
Staff for certain properties.
Yeah.
She's collecting maids in exchange for contracts.
Yep.
They put her in jail, man. She's silly. She took it too far. I think that's it. She took it too far.
This is the thing, man. Yeah, she got gifts as well from Cartier as well. LV.
No.
Yeah, man.
She was smart, man. She played the game smart. I mean, is she in jail or does she just have to pay fines?
I think I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure at the moment because they've just charged her. It's just happening. Yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, man.
Hate to see it, sis.
But yeah, a lot of her assets have been frozen, man, and her assets are worth like millions of pounds. Yeah. So this is why people are saying, wait, how are you a Nigerian minister? You've got assets worth millions of pounds. You know what I'm saying? But again,
Got wealth like Richard Sunak. That's crazy.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for the People's Journal, you know?
Thank you. Let's get into Wellness Wednesday.
Well,
Nah, man, not one word on this road.
no word on road, no.
Nah, man.
All right, because there's no word on
Dry.
road. Can we get an update with you and Chims? What happened last night? What was DM saying? What was everything saying?
This is not a thing. We're not
No,
making
but
this a segment.
to subsidize word on road, I think we should have a little update, no?
That's a big word on my road.
No?
Nothing, to be fair. Like, I mean, I haven't been on a date overnight.
No, I know, but obviously you guys spoke off air.
He's a nice guy.
You jumped
He's
into
a
the
nice guy.
DMs
He's
and that.
interesting and whatnot.
Yeah?
No, that's about it.
You guys talk about anything in particular?
No, just
Why did
life
you
in
move?
general.
Why did you move?
Oh, he needs to change the screen.
Oh.
No, just life in general. Just,
Life in general.
Yeah, it's been light chats.
Tell me 3 things about him.
This is crazy. I don't know 3 things about the man. His name is Chims.
No, tell me about 2 things that you learned about Chims.
His name is Chims.
Yeah.
I don't know if he wants to say where he works. I can't say that.
Yeah.
He believes in Brent's vision.
Which oh, okay.
I said which vision? The one vision Brent
No, I
has?
thought you meant the whole marriage God thing.
Oh, no. If Chims believed in being married
Yeah.
on an island so you can have some sex, I
Okay.
would never be talking to that man.
Okay.
And he's Igbo. Actually, he lives in Manchester.
Okay.
He's lived in Manchester all his life. I didn't know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you willing to relocate? Is
No.
Manchester, is it appealing to you?
No, definitely not.
No.
I've been there once though, uni times.
Yeah.
I haven't been back since.
Okay.
Manchester's fun though.
It's not really a nice place, but I wouldn't move there and live there.
I think I would, you know.
Would you?
Yeah, because it's a lot cheaper than living in London. It's a lot smaller. And it's like London, just much smaller. If that makes sense. So everything you kind of have here, you have over there. It's just very small and compact.
I haven't explored it well enough to know what it's really like.
Yeah.
I think when I went, I just went to see my friend who lived there for uni. And but I've never actually explored the city. Birmingham I have, but not Manchester.
No, Manchester's vibrant.
Okay, man, take a trip up there then.
You should.
Oh, you've got a reason to take a trip up there now.
Well, reason is a strong word.
Wait, hold on. If he said, can our first date be in Manchester, would you be down for that?
No.
Why?
It sounds like this is how you get taken, this is how you get kidnapped. I think of safety too much for that to be the situation.
Safety?
I'm not going to
So
Manchester.
you wouldn't go on a date like for the day and come back?
No.
Why?
Why?
That's such
No,
an
but
inconvenience.
obviously, see, that's the real reason.
Do you know what it is to go to Manchester for a first date?
You gotta be willing.
It's something different though.
No, I don't mean
It's
like
real
tomorrow.
Yeah, but don't you think it's something different? Like it's out of your norm. Like you've not, like you said, you need to explore the city. What better way to explore the city with someone who knows the city?
Yeah.
How long is the journey to Manchester?
On the fast train, 2 hours and 10
So
minutes.
what time does my day start? This sounds like a long day to me.
Esther, it's not always
this sounds like a rock-
Esther, it's
Yeah,
not always
like a
comfort
rock-
zone.
No. This sounds like
It's
a
not
rock
always
climbing
comfort.
date
It's not
for
always
me.
comfort zone,
No,
Esther.
but
Sometimes come at your
This
comfort
sounds like
zone.
a date with manual labour.
Huh?
No, not really.
What time does my day start,
You
please?
can sleep on the train, babes. You can.
That's how you get robbed. You know.
Why do you keep talking about all this robbery stuff?
You don't get robbed.
So,
My line of work.
what? First date, you would go all the way to Manchester to see him.
I mean, can I be honest? It depends how much I like you.
Okay.
Yeah, so
If we're really vibes in, like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and I've really like have taken a liking to you, I wouldn't mind.
But I would have to have spoken to you for a minute though.
But that's
before
what I
that.
mean,
Before,
like,
it
like-
can't just be like I met you on Tuesday. On Saturday, I'm on a train to Manchester.
No,
That's wild.
but I wouldn't be opposed to it if I proper liked you. And maybe it's because I know Manchester like the back of my hand.
I think that's what, because for me, that's like, I don't mind doing things I don't usually do. But that is very out of my, because I don't know anyone in Manchester except this person I'm going to meet.
Yeah,
But would
Chims.
you go on
That's
a first,
crazy.
but would you go on a first date abroad? When I say abroad, I mean like let's say
Being
Paris.
flew out.
Paris for the day.
I'll go to Paris for the day.
Like,
But
let's
we're
go on a
both
train.
we're both
Yeah.
exploring Paris together.
Yeah.
So if it's a thing where he
Yeah.
lives in Paris
Yeah.
and I'm going to meet him for the first date,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be comfortable with that.
What if the flights were cheaper from Manchester Airport?
Like, buck Jims on my way to the next date.
You know what I mean?
No, I feel like because I like to be aware of my surroundings, all that kind of stuff. I
Yeah.
feel like if you're from there, like you know the area and whatever else.
Yeah.
I'm in complete submission to whatever it is that you take us to do.
Okay.
I have an issue with giving that much power
Okay.
to a person.
Is Chims
You're so childish.
I don't
I
really
hate
know
when
I don't think the
I hate
camera
when
off
you
me.
use kids like this.
You know,
Put
you
the
know-
camera on you. Put the camera back on yourself.
I'll
please.
take
Why
the
you
camera
do
off me.
this?
Sorry, man.
No, I was just gonna say Chims has just done a super chat.
Is it what?
Just done.
Oh,
a
it's on Super Chat. All right, one second. Let me read it.
What's that, please? What does that mean?
All right, Chim, Super Chat, $4.99. I'm a gentleman, don't worry. It'll be me that will pattern it.
Pattern what?
Pattern the
The travel.
travel to Manchester, I guess.
You better pick him up in the car. You better be driving up to London to pick him up in the car.
Oh, okay.
It's a whole thing, Gina. It was a whole thing yesterday.
Okay.
This is how this started. It was a whole thing yesterday.
Okay.
Can
I
we?
see where this is going.
Can we?
It's really annoying because I can't zoom.
Can we express our
I'm
disappointment in Gina for not listening to the show yesterday?
No, it's fine. I knew that's what was coming.
You're moving the spirit of Brent.
No, listen, I was gonna ask you. Did you find out his?
That's my girl.
Did you-
Atta girl.
Period.
Did you find out his full name?
I did, but
Okay.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Timothy.
Oh, he's half Zambian.
Okay.
I've never met a Zambian.
Let me be quiet. Sorry.
He's half Nigerian, half Zambian.
happened?
No, nothing.
Oh, the bad.
Flashbacks.
What, PTSD?
Of what?
Oh, no.
Of what? Of what?
Oh, no.
Oh,
Zambian king.
She said he's half
Zambian.
Zambian. I said, oh my God, no.
Oh, okay, okay,
Flashbacks.
okay.
Yeah, he's half Zambian. I thought that was really, really cool. I've
Half
never met a
and
Zambian
half
person. Nigerian.
Nigerian. Okay.
So he's Igbo and half Zambian.
Okay.
I feel that's so cool.
That is cool.
My mum's been there though. But I've never met her.
Do you know what? It is on my list of places to go there. It's
Yeah, it is. My mum said it's lovely. She liked it when she went. But yeah, man, he's cool vibes. I'll speak to him. He is cool vibes.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not off the market. I'm just going to put me that clear because I don't want this to be a thing. Yeah, I'm a single
Yeah,
girl.
obviously, it's early days, isn't it? Early
I'm a
doors.
single girl.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You guys talk on the phone?
No, not yet, no.
I was text.
This is just DMs.
Are you
We
more of
haven't
a,
got
are you
numbers yet.
more of a phone caller or a DM or texter?
When I like the person, I'm open to everything.
Okay.
I'll send mail via pigeon if I have to.
Okay.
Do you mean? Yeah. But right now we're still talking DM because it was only yesterday.
Yeah, obviously.
Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I can give my number at some point.
Okay. So yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot the number's still.
Do you know what I mean?
in the
Like we have
works.
to, yeah, do you know what I mean? Yeah, we've got.
How many convos until you reckon you'll give me a number? Whoops.
Oh, whoops.
No. I put the camera on.
I don't think that many, just because I'm not really great with like Insta DMs, does that make sense? Like I go post my story and come out.
Yeah.
So I miss messages, if that makes sense.
Okay.
My replies are quite slow anyway, in general, to be honest. I'm not the best person.
Yeah.
I'll probably give my number soon, to be fair.
Okay.
He's cool vibes. He actually is giving good vibes.
This might be our first ever TDA love connection, man. I'm excited, man. Gina, you next.
I feel like it's early days.
Boy, bye. Me?
You next, man.
Do you not hear what my motto is?
What?
What's
What
your
niggas
We
going on?
spoke about this already. No. You want to hone in?
I see. All right.
Cash Doyla.
Cool. All right. That's our Chims and Esther update.
And that's the last one you're getting until we go on a date.
I'll be back next week, guys.
When we
for
go on a date,
another-
I will definitely come back
for
and let you
another
guys know
edition
how it
of
went.
The Love Connection. All right. Let's get into.
You did dip your voice. What we do next? Wellness Wednesday. No, yeah, Wellness Wednesday. Did it play music? I didn't hear it, but it's fine. But that means is the thing gonna play though? Oh,
Oh.
not one wellness in here.
Sorry.
Can't
No?
find the help.
You can't find the help.
Well, it's not playing at all. No. God damn.
Basically, Brent has left us.
Yeah, Brent isn't here, by the way.
Yeah,
Brent hasn't
Brent's
been here for the past
sick of
hour.
our shit. He walked out. It pissed him off behind the scenes. And so,
I'm here for it.
yeah, that's just that on that. Well,
This might be proved to be a more serious problem.
oh, well, that's in the whole show lock off.
Yeah, no, because the headlines thingy, the thingy didn't.
Make it sound. Oh, let me see if you can hear us actually.
What they said in the chat?
Can you guys hear us?
If they didn't hear, then that means we're done. Oh, no, they can
Can
hear
you
you.
hear us? I can hear us.
Okay, cool. So yeah, there'll just be no transition music in it.
Yeah, basically.
Wellness Wednesday will be Wellness Thursday.
All right, well, let's get into our next headlines then. Thank you.
It'll be a quick show.
But listen, I was
To be
gonna
fair,
do like
after
10.
last
The last 2 days is
Yeah.
great.
So what time is it we're going till?
last 2 days, we've done like 3.5 hours each.
Yeah, but it's been jokes though, because everyone with pictures up and all the chat stuff, it's been elite content. It's been too funny with all them damn pictures up.
I still need to watch Monday's show. I heard it was
Monday's
classic.
one was hilarious. Monday's show.
Both shows are fun. Yeah,
Yeah,
Monday,
both
I think
have been
Monday's
funny.
yeah.
But the Monday when everyone fresh had their pictures, it was so funny and so dumb. It was such a dumb show. It was hilarious. I love that for us. We're gonna have a meeting on. No, this is ridiculous. Did I figure it out there?
We'll see.
All right, let's do our headlines next then. That's awkward. I feel like Brett is watching this.
What? It's not even. You can't transition.
Brett is livid.
The devil
I
is
know
working.
he's seen this. Well, might as well just read it.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's not gonna know where to edit, to chop it.
Nope, he's going to have to watch it all back to edit.
Hello.
But it's a quick show, though, to
He
be fair.
probably just won't do
What's
it.
that green light?
So there's more different lights now.
Wait.
What's that green light back
See
there?
that green light?
Aliens.
No, that was.
Oh,
the
you
lights
turned the
changed.
lights on. How? With
There's
what button?
definitely green lights flashing.
There's green light flashing. What did you press?
You press something.
It might be the rapture, you know.
Nah, I would have been up already.
She wouldn't have been here.
I ain't down with you.
Alright, let me go and investigate. You don't talk about
It's flashing
Gina's
green,
love
you
life.
know.
Let's talk about
They're
random
talking
shit.
about Gina's love life. Are you alright?
Maga,
What do you want to know? No, I'm joking.
forward, Killy. What you telling me, Killy?
No,
You're
man.
very quiet today. You're right.
Huh?
You're right.
I'm just having a different conversation.
And the one
Domestics.
the one that you're meant to be having.
Yeah.
Is that what it's meant to be having?
Yeah,
Yeah, this conversation is taking precedent over it still.
I hear that.
yeah.
I hear that
Sorry,
still.
Be like that.
Hey, Pete.
No, I could do.
You're very composed though. I love that for you.
I'll just fire someone.
Oh,
Damn.
you're so composed.
Do you think?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you are.
Like you're quiet, and I know that whatever it is intense, yeah, but like you're just so composed and
I'm trouble in there.
love that for you. Trouble in there.
Like, I can't have people trying to piss me off in the morning, man. Doing stupidness.
It's too early, isn't it?
It's way too early for it.
How do you wake up early in the morning about brushing your teeth and just think I'm gonna be an idiot?
I wasn't gonna engage,
Mm,
but because it's like important stuff,
you have to.
I kind of have to. And then one thing led to another. And here we are.
Okay. Was there a lot of foolishness like written?
Oh, pure foolishness. But when you're dealing with fools, that's
That's what you can expect.
that's what you can expect.
I hear it.
You get what I'm saying? But what the heck? We left the room.
Yeah.
You have to go make a call.
We're done.
That's it.
He says we are.
No, I know Brent is thinking, what the hell?
Oh my gosh, guys, you want
man?
to play a game? Yeah.
You're gone.
Go on then.
Let's
All
play a
right,
game.
cool. Let me quickly explain the game. So basically, we're gonna go around here and
Yeah.
count. Yeah.
Yeah.
When it's
Oh, not maths games,
no,
man.
it's sick. Yeah.
Do it English game.
When it's,
Do it
when
English
it's,
game.
no, sorry, we're gonna go around here and say numbers. Yeah. When you are on, when you hit a number that's anything to do with 3, not the 3 times table. So like 3, 6, 9, any of those numbers. So 23, 26, 29, whatever, you have to clap. Does that make sense? So not, no,
No,
I said
369
not
is different to 23, 26, 29.
Oh, yeah.
The 369 are the odd numbers.
Is it odd numbers?
369, what?
No, 1, 3, yeah, 1, 3, 6, 9.
How
are
do you
odd
play
numbers.
the game? Why do I always do this? No, it's just it's numbers with 3 in it. It's weird. Because you do 3, 6, 9, 13, 16, 19,
Okay, cool.
23, 26, 29. Then when you hit 30, do you know what I mean?
So why is 6 and 9 in it then?
I don't know, but that's how we've always played it. Anyway, whatever that is, but when you hit those numbers, you have to clap and not say it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I need to know why. As in
I
which-
can't tell you the why right now.
Sorry, not the
It's
why,
stressing
but
me
the
out.
more so the So it's 3, 6, 9.
Yeah.
What else? 13,
16.
16.
You just keep going up by
19.
3, and then what? And then you clap when you get to the.
When you get to any
But
of
that
those
doesn't go up by
threes-
3 either.
Huh?
That doesn't go up by 3 as well.
What do you
Because it's
mean?
3, 6, 9. That goes up. But
Yeah.
you jump from 9 to 13. And then it's 16.
What kind of game is this?
Are you sure these are the rules?
Are the
I don't
multiples
know,
of 3?
this is- I'm gonna have to call someone because now I'm getting really confused. Send me out. Who can I call?
Odd numbers and even.
Wait,
oh,
it's not
6
odd-
is not an odd number.
No, that's
No.
the thing. But
It's
I've
7.
played it so many times, and every time you've played it, that's how we've done it.
But
We've
what's meant to happen? Is it meant to be like what's the clapping for?
When we clap,
done- you clap. If you basically say it instead of when you clap, or if you clap whenever you're meant to say it, you're out. But in order for it to work,
Oh,
now,
I
need
get
to know
it.
what the numbers are.
Yeah.
And that's what's stressing me out.
Yeah,
because
can
now-
make a call, please?
please. Who can I?
Because that's the end of today's content.
No, hold on. Who
Did
can-
Brent
who-
pick up?
Who's good at?
Nah,
who's
nah,
good
it's
at
going
playing the
straight to
game?
voicemail now.
Ah,
Oh,
he's
what's
underground.
the issue? The transition screens are not working.
Yeah, and
I say just
and,
read, just read the headline.
Yeah,
sounds,
let me
the
just-
lights.
Let's just go through them without the.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
go
that's
through
like
it,
yeah. What's
Why
this?
would Gina figures out her
Yeah.
situation?
All
Oh,
right.
she's even answered. Let me call. She's gonna be like, "What are you talking about?"
All right, you know what? Let me just see it one more time. Yeah, that don't work.
Hello.
Alright,
It's
so I was
just the
doing-
one button you're pressing.
Yeah. Just meant to be the next scene. But
Do you reckon it's when you dropped it?
I didn't drop it.
Actually, no, what am I talking about?
Yeah,
Sorry.
I don't know.
That was your hat. The hat
Alright.
dropped.
How can it work?
For me, it's the green light flashing. I'm just
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
I hope the
Everything's
episode is
just-
here because That'll be that done.
I think it's still recording.
Yeah, as long as they can still hear everything, that's fine.
But then, okay, yeah, that's true. Actually.
All right, so whilst Gina's sorting that out, let me just read out the next headline. So the next headline was actually the one I was talking about with the Nigerian ex-minister. So I'm going to go past that. One after that takes us to America, where the former US President, Donald Trump, has been implicated by one of his employees in a classified documents case. This is according to a court filing, right? Usil Taveras, is an IT director and was identified as Trump's employee 4 in the legal documents, right? And changed his testimony after switching lawyers. He now accuses Mr. Trump and 2 aides of efforts to delete security camera footage. The 77-year-old ex-president faces 40 charges in the case. Mr. Trump, his personal aide, Walt Nauta, and Mar-a-Lago maintenance worker, Carlos de Oliveira, have all pleaded not guilty. The former president is accused of mishandling the storage of sensitive files at his Florida home and trying to cover up the alleged crime by deleting security footage. And the last headline, remember, I think it was like, Monday, we're talking about Russia, they tried to go to the moon, land one of their thingies on the moon anyway, and it crashed. Well, India is looking to make history on Wednesday today with its 3rd lunar mission set to land on the moon. So, if the Chandrayaan-3 is successful, India will be the first country to land near the moon's little explored South Pole. It will also be only the 4th country to achieve a soft landing on the moon. The US, the former Soviet Union, and China have all landed near the equator. India's attempt comes just days after Russia's Lunar 25 crashed while trying to touch down in the same region. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the headline. It's time to pay the bills. I don't know if they're
Get married to Gina?
pay it
Yeah.
today.
It's the free timetable, isn't it?
No, it's not. So I was right.
I was
I just explained it wrong. It's basically any number with a 3, 6, or 9 in it. That's why it goes like that.
Okay.
It's 9 a.m.
So do we clap then, or to
You
say
clap.
Instead of
So,
saying it, you clap.
example, you start
1,
2.
3.
No, you
you
clap
clap. Ah,
because it's a 3, right?
Oh, you don't
4,
say it.
5, 7, 8.
What? Clap.
Yeah.
Don't say clap. You have to clap.
You know what I mean?
Oh, sorry. My hands are
If you
tied.
say
That's
it,
actually-
if you
yeah,
say
yeah.
it-
Cameras.
You can't go through like
if you
that.
say it instead of clapping, then you're out, right?
Okay.
It gets tricky when you get to 30 because obviously the whole round of 30 is clapping, yeah? So when you get to numbers that have the 3, 6, and the 9, you have to double clap. So
Oh,
it'll be
is it?
30,
Nice.
31,
All right,
32,
cool.
33,
Because I'm-
34, 35, 36,
this is
37,
lit.
38.
As I'm doing the cameras, and I need to make sure
Oh, you're not
I'm
playing?
not playing. So you guys
Okay,
get
let's
ready.
do
that. Does that make
Let's go.
sense?
Yep.
So come on.
I'm
starting?
starting.
All right. 1.
2.
What?
You're out.
Say again. Wait. What happened?
No, do you
do you know what? It threw me
Hey,
off.
you know how mad?
It
I have
threw
to
me
be
off.
quick, you know.
It
I'm
threw
like,
me
oh,
off.
what's
It threw me off. Sorry, it threw me off. Let's go.
To go what?
You start.
You start.
Okay.
Wait. All right, here we go. Go.
1,
2,
4,
5,
7,
8,
10.
11.
12.
13.
You're out.
Go.
Guess it's just us 3.
And then do we just
And
go
then we
into
just
the
start
next
again.
number? From 1.
Yeah.
Okay, 1,
2,
4,
5.
7.
Easy. Just a bit easy.
He's gonna keep clapping. Okay, 8.
No, how? He did 9.
Oh, my bad. 10.
11,
12,
14,
15,
17,
18,
20,
21,
22,
24,
25,
27,
28.
30.
Mm-mm.
Oh, shit.
Meant to
got
clap.
This is the kind of content you don't want to give people in the morning. this is really what we've...
What
That was
that bad,
fun.
is it?
We have
thought it was fun.
we have hit a new low.
I think this is.
I thought that was fun. I had a great time.
Can I be honest, yeah? Do this with a big group of people, yeah, when everyone's drunk here. It's the funniest game in the world.
Nah, I think that was fun.
You actually cry.
I love a game.
Because when we were doing it, there's people who'll be like, like, you know when you get so passionate about it? Give it a go, man. Don't look
I'm
at
adding
you,
that.
try
I'm
it.
gonna add that to my games night.
It's a really good game.
That's lit. That was a good suggestion. I like that.
Thanks.
The haters. Men don't have fun. Just admit, like,
Literally. Look at
Gosh,
us. Like,
man. Me and Gina's cheekbones just high up.
just excited, full of life.
What's the chat saying?
They said use is sweated.
Their opinion don't count. You know they're cussing us. What they
Yeah,
say?
but controlling the camera wasn't easy then, bruv.
Nice, it's a lot.
It was like...
It's a lot.
I'll change it every 2 seconds.
All right. What was next? Reaction.
The reaction.
Brent's gonna be so mad at us. This is so silly.
Well, it's kind of his
Is there anything
fault.
to react to? You haven't gaslighting him. I heard someone in the comments say earlier
Ooh, you know what?
This
But
show
you
is,
haven't
this
been
show
the
is
same
weird,
since
weird about
your-
transitions.
Nah, you know what?
that you haven't been
There's
since
no-
your team lost.
No, there's nothing there. We just got to freestyle.
You know what? I know what to do.
Freestyle. So you can
E-man,
start off.
I don't know. Please.
You're the same person that
You
turned
know
on the
what to
green
do what?
lights. My
That's
dear,
not me, you know.
I don't think you
I
should.
just think you should just leave things as they are. It's a short episode. Brent can quickly add the bits in. He's gonna end it all.
If you don't even know how to turn the green lights
Bro.
off,
Off. That's what I'm saying. What are you
then
trying to
it's-
He didn't
do?
even know he turned it
everything's a
on.
non-starter.
He didn't
No,
know
but
the green lights was on.
That's different.
Exactly. If you can't even do that, how are you going to
How
do
are you
anything
gonna
else?
get transitions and the cards? You know how long it takes Brent?
And yes, what?
Man, yeah, if you break things there, we're gonna stage a coup. We're not coming in tomorrow.
Hold on.
Here we go. How can you get the tickers running at the bottom of the screen?
Nah. That's too complex.
So what are you trying to do, please?
I'm trying to get the thingy scene.
What scene?
Oh, it's for it to say reaction.
Yeah.
It's fine. Don't worry. We're already reacting.
Isn't it there? It's there frozen.
Because that's the thing. What if it's a system thing as well?
Let's do it the way. Let's just do freestyle.
So how's reaction life, guys?
What are we reacting to?
We can react to the results. What's your thoughts on United's loss to Spurs?
What, you saying spoke about this shit?
No, I have. You haven't.
Did I have?
The day after, you want to talk about there weren't no results. It was bad performance.
All right, it's captivating take there.
I'm bringing up old shit, man. There are no results.
Oh,
You've not
dear.
done it. I weren't here that day. That's great. But, I mean, yeah. There's no headlines here to read.
There isn't. I think the show... Okay, I'm not talk too much.
What's that?
I think the show is done.
I think it's done. That's fine. I can't lie to you.
This show has been an absolute collabby.
Sensational
Combination.
Combination.
Literally. Madness and badness.
A bit of this, a bit of that.
Literally. Some
Razzle
games,
dazzle.
Razzle dazzle, sparkle, sparkle.
That's
If
right.
you ask me, it's over, man. What's the day tomorrow? Thursday.
Yeah.
Friday's my birthday.
Friday's
How
your
was it?
birthday, King.
I'm gonna do some giveaways.
You got a caller.
Ooh, nice.
That would be cool.
But they got to have the pictures up to win.
They've got to have their pictures up to
The
win.
best pictures.
There's that one.
I'm gonna throw the link to my team.
Hello?
Good morning, caller.
Are you creative?
Afternoon. Good morning to all my ladies and lads in the studio.
Morning.
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 So basically, I was wondering, yeah, guys, it's good vibes. I'm sorry, I lost my voice, yeah.
I knew it was vibes. I just said, what happened to
I
you?
thought it was a little boy.
But the man didn't thought I was the guy. They didn't.
I did. I was
Of course you
glad.
did. I heard
Look
it.
how
I
it
heard you
high
guys
pitched
give
and
me
voice
some
red,
mad
but she's
respect.
excited.
And you guys don't give to women usually in the studio. I heard you guys, your bass drop with respect there. Anyway, I'm just calling because clearly the show that you guys are struggling with our brand afterwards, but truly I have actually lost my voice. That's the only reason for the lack of singing. However, I was willing to sing Amy Winehouse Rehab on karaoke if the ladies would join me also in the studio and we can have an intermission.
Sorry?
Quick.
Let's
Oh,
go.
ain't she
Let's
sung
go.
yet? Ain't
Wait,
she sung
what's
yet?
up?
What's to
No.
do with us?
But why
then?
would
Yeah,
you?
delusional.
Girl.
Partake,
This is my
man.
rule.
It's a
All
solo.
right, let me tell you how I'm going to partake here. I'll clap for you.
Why? But you
Okay.
always advocate for singing.
Let me
I'll
explain to you guys.
slightly move
No?
my
You don't
cheeks
wanna
on the
sing
sofa for you.
Guys, the only reason I didn't give you one of my many plethora of accents that I have, Italian, Bermudan, everything, is because I literally sound like Mandem for a reason. Can you hear this? Okay. So, unless your only options are Amy Winehouse karaoke rehab, everyone together, sing along. Or I hang up and I give you a deal and give you quality performance when I'm ready. Thank you.
Rehab. Let's go. They try to make me go to
Yeah, but-
rehab.
Oh, no, we need the karaoke, guys. Where's the karaoke back in?
Let's do it.
You guys need me to get a karaoke. You guys don't care about your listeners.
You're not even singing, you're rapping, bro.
Because you haven't got the backing track.
This is turn to something else.
They're trying to make me go to rehab, and I say no.
Keep warming up.
He says something.
Love that thing, guys.
I knew you were going to
Keep warming up.
We warmed you
Yeah,
up.
I'm not,
She
man.
hasn't sung once.
No,
Yes,
I'm gonna get, okay. I'm gonna get an actual backing track for karaoke while you guys are warming up because I want somebody to get in the studio. But
No,
I'll
just
get-
do it because we don't know, because there's lots going on in the studio. What if your background sound...
There's a lot
Yeah,
happening.
Oh yeah, I'm getting myself together. I realize you guys are serious. I'm getting my devices on. Don't worry.
I thought when you called you already. Because you said you and...
Oh, no, I wasn't. Because you know what? I thought that at least somebody could put their phone to the mic and literally just YouTube like rehab karaoke.
Nah, we can't do that.
Wait, how are you? When this is your debt to pay. Why are we in it?
No, but this isn't my debt. This is me being a kind individual.
It is.
My voice sounds like this.
If they like the video,
Like this.
you would sing. And now here you are giving us
My
homework.
darling.
Something Brett put
They
in the air
said
right
give to
now.
Caesar what belongs to Caesar. I'll pay my debt when my debt is due. Today, my voice is crusty, okay?
So you made us sing
rehab.
for no reason.
All right, let's go, man. Let's go.
I'm actually getting back in track because you don't take me seriously. Right there.
No. Don't play any backing track here.
Okay, you guys, some of you guys karaoke.
You get us flagged.
You sound like a parent. Don't come here with any nonsense.
Don't come in with no backing track, okay?
Some of you have not been to karaoke a day in
Can you
your
do
life.
acoustic?
Okay, guys, you know karaoke, yeah? It's intentionally played by people that don't get copyright because that's the whole point.
That's the thing as well, actually. That's going to get our video taken down. The whole episode lock off.
No, it literally won't because it's actually...
We can't afford that.
True.
Otherwise, all of you are going to have to super chat.
Yeah, maybe they will. Maybe they will.
You sing, I'll do backing vocals, they'll do the harmonies and the claps.
This is it.
There you go.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
I'm gonna be
It's an inconvenience to me, but you know how I feel about those.
Because she was supposed to make a video. If she was going to do it live, you could have just called in that day and done it.
This is it.
Girl, you dragging your feet.
I never wanted to do it live. I'm literally waiting for you guys to be fixing your mics and stuff in the background. I'm not, honestly, this is not my actual performance, guys. Truly.
What's happening right now?
I don't understand.
Do you know what?
I'm actually getting, no. I'm actually getting
Guys, we're going to do another day.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what's happening right now.
Because
If you
what
guys
segment
are
is
ready
Brendan
to
put this
fix
in?
your life in the background. Okay?
Say that again, Vibes.
Should I go? Okay. If you guys are continuing to sort out your fixtures in the background.
Oh, no, we're not sorting out.
We're done.
We're locking it off.
Yeah.
Show lock
Oh
off.
my, I'm so dead. Oh, you actually are going to give up? Oh, sad.
No, we didn't give up.
I was
We just
just
ended.
We're at the end of the show.
We're at the end of the show, babe.
Do you know where I was? I was at a part where you guys were thinking, oh, should we give up? Brent's going to be sad with us, blah, blah, blah. And I was like,
no.
okay, let me give them like a minute.
Oh, a
And then
decision was
yeah,
made.
just talk about from the start. Oh, so, I missed that decision. That's okay, guys. Have a great show. Well done. Good show, guys. You tried.
All right, thank you,
Thank
babes. We look forward to your videos of you singing. You will
Yeah,
pay that
100%.
debt.
When I don't sound like Mandem, 100%.
All right, lovely. All right, thanks. Thanks, babes.
Lovely.
She called in to rap to lift off the mood. I appreciate that. That's a real one. Because she thought we're having technical difficulties.
Did her voice sound like it was gone?
No, it came back really quickly. it came back. It came back as quick as it left. That shit never went anywhere. Silly girl. All right, well, that's that. Please like the video, all right? Brent is upset with us, right?
It would be.
We are going to have a meeting. So I think the best thing, if you guys want us here in the future, like the video. Do you know what I mean? Like, how upset would it really be if everything else shut down, but there's likes on the video?
Exactly.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I was going to put us in done it here, but we can't even get into this segment.
We can't even we can't even do that if you tried.
We can't even be done it if we want to be.
Bro,
Like,
it is your first Wednesday.
My first Wednesday, and this is what
This is what happens. This is what happens. All right. Well, I've got lash appointments and stuff and things of such
Hold on.
nature. So
Rotation. Sorry, no rotation. Reaction done, yeah?
huh?
Reaction done.
I mean, yeah, I'm done.
Ah, cool.
I've been done.
Oh, no.
you were done from when you said you 6 foot because of your temptation.
No, facts.
We've seen.
Literally.
So yeah, guys, like the video, please. Thank you very much. If you don't want us to get fired, subscribe to the channel as well. Drop it on your timelines, all that great stuff. Also, follow us on our social media platforms. The Day After TNB, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. If you want to send your dilemmas in, the number is 07564841073. That's also the number to call when we're live. If you want to inquire about the show or feature on the show, email our team thedayafter@thenewblack.com. I'm not just saying this, but tomorrow's going to be a great show. I'm actually looking forward to tomorrow's show. It's going to be good vibes. And as Marks has said, it's his birthday on Friday. And he's got some tricks up his sleeve.
Some giveaways.
Some giveaways. So you want to be here for the rest of the week. This week has been a good week on TDA with the pictures and everything. It's just been great.
I ain't been here, so.
Take our word for it. We've had a ball. We've had a whale of a time. It's been great. But thank you guys. Big up the community. You guys have made it great. So we'll see you guys later. See you tomorrow.
Peace.
Peace out.
Do.
Are you going to end it?
With what?
Oh.
We can't end the live.
Oh, yeah. I'm going live.
No way.
This is silly. You know with what?
Do
We're gonna have this running.
Do you think Brent airs this episode,
He definitely does.
or does he vote it?
We've got to pay these bills.
No, we was.
Remembering that
Oh
shit.
yeah, for real. You didn't even say that at any point.
It's still going.
It's the Yusuf.
Yusuf, it's making, I feel like it's giving me a fit.
There's people with epilepsy in that, you know. You're gonna mess them up.
No, someone literally said I'm getting motion sickness.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because I'm looking at it, I was like, what's going on in the corner of my eye?
Remember back in the day when every show had that warning
Bad people.
about
Oh, yeah.
photosensitive
They
epilepsy?
did that even, I think they had that at Beyonce's concert. Yeah, because she had a lot.